this, we have a number of host drums here today. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here today, traveled so far to join us here at our Honored Year Celebration 2021. The LCO Badgers Singers first started as the Monkey Meat Singers. Out in town, out in Hayward, a little bit north of town there, a little community called Dogtown. Susie White and her boys, Lewis and Donald Duck, she used to live out there, and we used to go out there and sing 49 songs on the hood of the car. A little while later, they started moving up and getting invited to powwows. Around 1971 or so, these guys started going to school. I'd like to mention a few names here as I go along. They have a video on YouTube that's going to be put out, and you'll be available to see that on the history of the LCO Badgers Singers coming out soon. But I'd like to mention a few singers here for now that are with them currently. The lead singer here is Stoney Larson, Preston Stoney Larson, HR Director at the LCO Ojibwe School, over 40 years as HR Director. Also as Gijianaquan, Lewis White, he's been with the school for many years in the culture department. Someone who can be here today, we'd like to mention William Bill Cadat, his boys Randy and Reggie, Dollar Wanaquits. Also one of the singers here is Jim Miller, Fire Chief of the LCO. Also joining us here from Mille Lacs, hometown boy, Donald Duck White, she. Good to see you here. Also singing with the Badger Singers here today, Rusty Barber, United States Army retired, helps us all with the powwow and veteran ceremonies. Also singing with the Badger Singers, Paul DeMaine, former publisher of News from Indian Country, and worked with Governor back in the days, 1985. Also one of my best friends and buddies, Jim Gouget Sr. Used to play basketball with him at Hayward High back in the day. Also singing with the LCO Badgers Singers here today, Craig Gouget, O'Dowell White. Also singing with Roger Baker, Scotty Pinnass. And I'd like to mention a few other singers that have been with the Badgers a few years. Dave Johnson, Kanesa, Gary Bisa, Russell Brownrigg, Ferguson Funmaker, Gary Kimisek, Bob Blackdeer, Bobbers Paulus. And I'd like to mention a few passed on, the late Willard Boucher Sr. also sang with the Badger Singers. Also Pete Wolf from Fairfair Community, Dave White, and Ed Bearhart Jr. Some of the guys that I remember who have passed on to the spirit world. So those are some of the singers. I probably didn't mention them all. I'd like to mention a few MCs that have been instrumental in the Badgers' career, along with Vince Vile, Henry Greencrow, and Dale Oldhorn. I'd like to remember Johnny Gunn Gothier, as well as John Keller, Wabano. All these guys have been helpful in the help of the careers here of the LCO Badger Singers. Also singing with the Badgers is Willard Gouget Jr. and James LeSueur. Can't forget these guys. I'm Mongoose, bringing you a little bit of history of the LCO Badger Singers. They went to some powwows in Fort Cotton, UW Eau Claire, Minneapolis, Mr. Knack, Minneapolis Regional Native American Center, Bashabi Town, to name a few, Red Cliff, Black River Falls, Niagara Falls, UW Superior, Red Lake, and Bismarck, North Dakota. Some of the drum groups I'd like to mention and who have been responsible on their travels Smoky Town Singers have been real helpful in a lot of years with the LCO Badgers singers. I'd like to mention Bad River singers, Joe Dan Rose and the Paulus Boys. Winnebago Sons, Wolf River Singers, Pipestone, Kingbird, Panema Ramblers, all of the LCO local drum groups, Big Bear, Chiniki Lake, Redder Singers. I'd like to mention Adrian and Wayne Pushtenaqua, who have been instrumental in the history of the Badger singers here today. Cumberland Singers, Powwow Travelers, Five Clan. I remember a good drum group named Voice of the Pines. And a couple other powwow groups, Little Otter, Bear Claw, and Free Fire Society. These guys have traveled extensively throughout the United States and Canada. Traveled with them to Bismarck, North Dakota. They also host their own, a number of years here at the Coudray, the contest powwow. Our veterans powwow here is probably in their 45th, 47th year now. Been there every year. New Year's Eve sobriety powwows. They hosted our hand drum contest. They've been to many of our inaugurations, along with our grand openings, concerts, little powwows at the Landing on Wednesday nights. I'd like to mention Historyland. This is where these guys got their start at. Old building out in Highway B coming out of town there. Louie and them guys used to dance. And used to remember the old singers, and that's how these guys got their start. So you young singers, take heed about what you can learn from these guys. You need to get out there and learn dance steps, keep the beat, learn the songs, listen and follow. Along with the Birkebeiner and many, many funerals here at the Coudray. It's a privilege to speak on behalf of the LCO Badgers singers, travel with them extensively. I'd like to turn it over now to Myron Powasset, one of the lead singers in one of the older drum groups on the circuit. From the Smoky Town Singers, here's Myron Powasset.
Oh, Myron, yeah. I just wanted to get up here and say a few words about my brothers here on the Badgers singers. Louis White, Stoney Larson, Bill Cadat, Will Gouget Sr., Jim Miller, Jim Gouget, Donald Duck White, Roger Baker, Bill Bolio, Pete Wolf, Paul DeMaine, Ed Barhart, and Jeff St. Germain. These are the ones that were singing when we first started, that I knew. And the first time I came up here was the first time Smoky Town was organized at the Historyland Powwow in Hayward. That's the very first time Smoky Town Singers as a group were there. Before that I sang with Wolf River and I sang with my uncles on the Menominee Chiefs. But Historyland Powwow was the first time that I brought out Smoky Town Singers. And I had my brother Shabbat Kahnup, Pitita Kahnup, Wabano Kahnup, Tony Kahnup, Dave Nutnuki Kahnup, and Paul Attender Kahnup. And they're all gone now. They're the original first Smoky Town Singers. I'm the only one left. And I had a second set of singers, and they came up to me every year to LCO with the powwow. We even came when they used to have it over by the lake. You know, that's how many years we've been coming here. That's how many years I know my brothers. And I ain't ashamed to say this, you know, we partied. We were happy. And when we had a 49, we had a 49. We sang, everybody gathered around, everybody sang, even the women. And it was always a lot of fun. About 8 years back, I went to the 49 over here. All I heard was gangster music. I said, that's not a 49. And I left. But I always remember them good old days when we had our 49s. I sang with the Badger singers, they sang with me. We sang with all the drums here at the LCO Powell. That's when drum hopping was allowed. And we all sang with all our brothers' drums. And it was so much fun. It wasn't a contest ball. We could come here and have fun. And I'll always hold that true in my heart for LCO. Because I can relax here. And we're all getting older, isn't it, Louis? Yeah, he's older than I am. But I've been singing a long time. I've been all over. But right here is where I feel at home. The way my brothers greet me when I come to this hall. And I love my nephews, the original singers for Pipestone here. You know, I remember when they first started. And I'm not trying to start no trouble here. I'm not trying to get anybody upset. But I was the first one to use a whistle on Pipestone drum. I used my whistle on there. I was so proud of them when they sang. My brothers right here, that was their sons over here singing. That made me feel good. But as time goes, things change. You know, I don't bring my whistle in here because they ask me not to. And I respect what other people ask me to do. But I remember when the whistles were in this arena. But again, you know, some people go too far. You know, when I had my whistle, when it was given to me, I was told to use it when my relatives need help. Or when our people, you can see them having fun. But not to do it just to show off. So that's why I think it was stopped here. Some people were just doing too much. But that's okay. That's okay. But when I sit over there, where they have me sit every year, it's good because I can see my brothers right here and I can see my nephews over here. And I think about all them old days. So I'm glad that you guys are honoring my brothers. We've been singing a long time. I don't know how long Lewis has been singing. He's older than me. Stoney's the same age as me. He claims to be an old man, but I said, how can you be an old man when I don't act like that? I'm older than you, boy, I told him. But yeah, I've been singing. This is my 61st year singing. Big drum ceremonies, powwow, war dance. I've always been singing. That's all I know how to do. And I know my brothers do the same because I've been up here for ceremonies. And that also made me feel good. They do the same thing we do at home. So that makes us very close. And I mentioned those names here, and some of my nephews are singing with them down there. They're singing with their uncles and their fathers, which is good. Help them. You know, but I am very proud of the Badger singers. I'm proud of Pipestone. You know, and the way they greet my drum. That's what makes me feel good. And I'm always thankful to Mama Konono. Well, I'm in Ayum. Many case cut, Maon Kako Sato. For the beautiful day today, and for everything that we have. This powwow, our ceremonies, all these trees, all the plant life, all those things that we receive from Mama Konono. I asked Mama Konono not to mock and all his helpers, for that must go they win. The 6 Pamat say win. We ski Pamat say win. Mahanani, Potenaway Makana. for all my relatives here at LCO. That good life comes for you, what you do here, and how you make all the people here feel good. It's always a good feeling to see a full arena when the intertribals are going. But I love my brothers, I really do. You know, even though Rusty Barber, he scared me, he won't golf against me no more. He used to golf with me and Stoney every year. Now he's always giving excuses he can't go. But I know he's scared of me. Hear that, Rusty? But no, I'm just joking about my brothers here. I was going to tell some other stories, but they don't want me to. That's why they were growing when I got up before. They don't want me to squeal on them. But everybody have a good rest of the day, and be sure when they sing their song and they dance, come on, shake hands with them. LCO will be proud of your Badger singers. Because I am. I'm proud of them. I'm glad they're out here. I really am. Enjoy the day. Now, I'm kind of way mocking it. And then,
Thank you, Myron. Another champion dancer on powwow circuit from the Couturier who say a few words. One of my sisters and a lot of people here know her as Powwow Mama. Dancing single just now. Just a few words now, Becky. Becky Taylor.
Ujung Nishanavada, Nazakwa, the Indigenous Paz, Makwa, Nindodin, Odawa, Saiganing, the Nujaba, Nagani Beneshi Kwe, Nagani Benesh, Nadewe Dishigukwe, Mamengwa, Sadi Win, Okawa Benesh. A few words. These brothers here, these men, they represent the Couturier in all of our hearts through the heartbeat of their singing voices, of the drumsticks. They know all the woodland songs. They've been singing since Historyland days. All the powwows of the schools. And they can surely tease each other. They love each other, all the brothers. I got stories, more stories on Myron now. That's his powwow. Trying to tease him. But I want to say a big miigwech for taking us overseas. Stuttgart, Germany. In '87, we represented the tribe. I want to say a big miigwech to them, taking us to the National Congress of American Indians in California. And we went to Mexico. I don't know how we got back, but we made it all together. Caravanning. I could tell a lot of stories too from singing on those cars. But I don't want you to forget their women, their wives, especially their children, and now their grandchildren. They are making it very strong in our community with culture. And I especially want to thank them for 24 years with that New Year's Eve powwow that we have. They've been our host drum. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to say a big miigwech to this drum. They help me live a good way. I believe in this drum. It's the power of the sound and the music to get into our hearts and into our minds and into our souls. Every year 24 years. It's a very powerful song to begin that New Year's. I invite you all to live a good way of life of our grandfathers and of our grandmothers. To continue our culture in our songs to our young men and the beautiful voices of our women and the dances, to carry those woodland dances on. I just want to say a big miigwech, and I'm so honored to speak for my brothers. I want to say a big miigwech for always watching over all of us as one big Powell family. Oh, I love you guys. Miigwech.
Thank you, Beck. Some people that have been instrumental in careers here of Badger singers. 18 years ago, Ed Bearhart from the St. Clair Reservation. We followed him, and he always encouraged us to go to powwows, listen and learn, to record the songs and to study them. That's what Lewis does, Stoney does as well. I think every one of these guys had a tape player of their own at one time. I used to play some of the old songs that I recorded at many of the old powwows on them cassettes. Nowadays they turned into CDs, and now everything is digital. Just a couple more words here. Dolores Bilal, up to the speaker stand, please. We're going to announce some names here of some singers. And we'd like to ask those people, if you are not here, to have somebody of the family come and accept the gift on behalf of the honoring of the LCO Badgers singers. As part of the honoring here this afternoon, we don't want to take too much more time. I'd like to invite Bobby Williams up here, my brother from Waswaganing. RJ, he's going to make the presentation here of Eagle Feathers to the LCO Badger singers directly in front of the speaker stand here. I hope you're enjoying the 2021 Honor Year Traditional Powwow and Homecoming Celebration. Aho, Mr. Bobby Williams.
Ja, men det var magen i dag. Ja, jag står till det där kallet. Ja, vad Waswaganing, and doon sa mga, magkwan, tema. Tinidawa, wito, sema, wito, premidigo. Kali gada tao, wito, maniton. Wewenes sago, kita papamilang. Kininawa, biga kiniligo nami, bindo disrabe, yung. Isa na nawa. May question na nem, may venida siya, may tao sadok. Miao milo nagabajik kay winawad gete ni sinabi ba dao miao sa video di wailaming wawin sa ninagod dem kay winawad dao wala sinabi nun wala isaganing minao wala sabay kadang miao bitaw niyan. Timewi sigo, sa. Bisa the way what out gave what we know 1970. Di sigo out ka kineran. When it dash with the towers gave what we know with the nagaman. Di sigo out we know spinning out panitog. In a baba mat and gae. Miao sa we know the towers out. I'd like to take a little bit of time here. I want to thank my relatives here for inviting me up here. They could have picked anybody, you know, but I was the darkest one day. But my relatives here, I owe a lot of gratitude to them too for helping me through the years. My uncle, my brother Myron, back in the late 60s when he used to come over to Waswaganing, us village rats, we couldn't say his name. We always called him Mama. And he knew who it was when we called his name, because there were only ones that called him by that name. And so, very honored here today to present these big one here to our brothers. They have earned every one of these here through what they do for the people in the many places that they travel. There have been many in them chairs that sit around that drum. We have a lot of memories of those older men. That's what I talked about there a few years ago, a long time ago, what they used to do is honor one another, hold up one another. That's what my relatives, that's what they still do today. And I feel very honored to say this little bit of prayer here for these Mi'kwan, and to do what we're going to be doing here in the next few minutes. Mi'kwan, sinunod away mga kanila, gaaw, medyo bendaway.
Thank you, Bobby Williams, for that prayer in Ojibwe for the Eagle Feathers presented to the LCO Badgers singers. Next we have Dolores Bolel to announce some names in the next portion of the program.
Bonjour. I'm Dolores Bolel, and I help with the Honor the Earth Committee, Planning Committee. We were kind of given a task this year to help honor the Badger singers here, and we spoke with Louis White. Can you hear me? So I was given a list of people that were singing with the Badger singers over the years, starting with Louis and his brother Duff. So if you forgot any names or whatever, it's not my fault. This list was given to me from Louis. Hang on. Okay, it starts with Stoney Larson, Jim Bouget. Okay. Thank you. That's my list.
Chimigwich, Dolores, all of our speakers who came up and said some words too. I want to thank Uncle Myron, Bobby Williams, Becky Taylor, and Dolores Bolel for speaking on behalf of the LCO Badgers, and my Niji Mongoons, Jeffrey St. Germain, Chimigwich, man. Always a pleasure. So as Mongoons pointed out, this is one of the longest standing drum groups ever, I think, in the history of powwows. And it's really, really special that we have all these guys here today, and we honor them in front of their people, their community. They've been rocking this powwow longer than most of us been here. So LCO Badgers singers, if there was a powwow Hall of Fame, man, these guys would be first time ballot inductees right here. And I don't want to underscore how much they've taught all the younger singers here at LCO. You know, I've been a hometown boy my whole life and learned lots of songs, lots of do's and don'ts about this powwow arena from the LCO Badger singers. And they taught this about anybody who comes from LCO that knows how to sing, learn how to sing from these gentlemen right here. So remember that. You know, when we talk about the history of our singers, our dancers, this powwow arena, we see how we're all connected. All of our communities, all of our families. Been doing this a long, long time. It's good to have Hazel and Doc come up here to represent for those Bear Hearts down in Maple Plain. Instrumental in teaching the Badger singers. Mentioned some of their other teachers, late great Jim Billy Boy, White Mustache, Bill Sutton, Bill Baker, all the great ones who came before these guys. Badger singers kind of revolutionized powwow music on a local level, and they were traveling all over North America really early on in the history of powwow. Brought home songs from all over, and aspects of the singing that were different and were good. Influenced us younger ones coming up. So the committee's asked for Raining Thunder from Maple Plain. How appropriate. Our relatives. For an honor song for the Badger singers, we want all our families out here dancing with them. We're going to let them lead us around with our head dancers, and we're going to all come out, shake their hands. And same in Gwitch for rocking this powwow every year and all the powwows that they go to. LCO Badgers, world famous drum group. All right, anytime you're ready, Raining Thunder, we're going to ask you all good people, if you would, please rise, take off your hats as we honor Mr. Kakujishak and the LCO Badgers singers with an honor song, Raining Thunder. You know the one, boys. Nagamuk. Here. to dance with the LCO Badgers, you are more than welcome. You know, as Anishinaabe people, our elders teach us we're not supposed to brag. We don't brag about ourselves and how good we are and how well known we are or anything like that. We don't brag about ourselves. But instead we brag about one another and we brag up our relatives, the ones who showed us the way to be. And these gentlemen here, the Badger Singers, are a humble group of singers. They don't brag, they don't boast, they don't tout all of their accomplishments. They stay at their drum and they sing for their people, and that's what they're all about. So they set that example for all of us younger singers in this arena, how to treat one another, how to behave ourselves around our drums, how to honor our dancers. One of our teachings is we never laugh. We never laugh at our fellow Anishinaabe who's trying to dance. We never laugh at our fellow Anishinaabe who's trying to sing. We respect them, and these guys are the epitome of that. Respect in this dance circle.
Stand by, Timberland and Wigwam Nation to win the trophy. How about a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the LCO Badgers singers honoring this afternoon. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I want to thank our powwow committee, Mijakwa, Bonnie, everybody who had a hand in honoring our singers here this afternoon. Awesome, awesome thing you did.